Hey everybody, welcome to a Thursday edition of Box Seats. I'm your host, Frank Holder, sitting here with two comedians you guys have got to know. If you don't know them, let me give you the introduction. You're looking at comedian Fig and comedian known as Talent. They have both been around in the comedy game for a very long time, since Def Comedy Jam. They've done films, they've done television, they've done commercials, they've done specials, they've done all of that. Now, this is the show where we talk sports. So, there's a lot of things that jumped off the page this morning. And I don't know if you guys know, but in the last 30 minutes, the Rockets GM Daryl Morey is stepping down after 13 years with the Houston Rockets.
Stepping down, he got money.
Exactly. I want to definitely talk about that. But the biggest news this morning has to be when Nick Saban tested positive. He left his facility immediately. Nick Saban, if you don't know, he's the coach of Alabama. And in case you guys also don't know, they're playing Georgia this week. This is a huge game. Huge game. So being that, Alabama's playing Georgia and Nick Saban got it, today's Thursday? Game is Saturday. There's a lot of people scrambling, everything else going on. So Talent, I'm going to jump to, with you the question. Should college football postpone this game, or should they play it without Nick Saban? What's your thought process in that?
Well, I think they should play it. I mean, it's not like the issues that we were dealing with when you got 10 players testing positive. You know what I mean? You have just your coach. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why you have a coaching staff. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Put some of those guys to work. Let's go.
All right. they got to work.
Yeah, that's what they put them there for.
That's what you got to pay for, right? Fig, what's your thought process in there?
Same thing, man. Listen, you know how they do the athletes, right? Next man up. Gotta go. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Look, Nick Saban, all he gotta do, listen, it's the age of technology. Nick Saban can literally be in his house with the plays and all that stuff like that, watching the game on TV and talking to the ref and talking to the coaches on the sideline. Why not? Why not?
They will not allow that. They will not allow it. I don't know. I thought it was crazy. I thought you could, but I saw this morning at ESPN. He could talk to the team up until 20 minutes before the game, and then he can't reach out back into the team until the game is officially over. So he can't coach from home, which I thought he could do. So he can't do that. And speaking of which, let me just throw this little tidbit out there too. Cincinnati and Tulsa got postponed too. They're another Division 2. They got postponed this week too. So, we're constantly talking about COVID, but everybody up in Alabama is up in arms because Nick Saban, obviously the coach, everything runs through him, and they're worried about the college football seeding when it comes down to the playoffs. So if Alabama loses, is it fair to them that their seeding will get knocked down if they lose the game? Talent, what you think?
I think it's fair. I mean, here's the thing, man. We talk about this all the time, right? Mm-hmm. So from a coach standpoint and ranking standpoint, when you make the decision to do this in this climate, you're assuming all the risks. Mm-hmm. So once you get it going, you can't in the middle of the movie say, well, this happened, that. It's just like the bubble where we talk about with the NBA. Mm-hmm. You got to respect that championship. You decided to go forward to compete for a championship. Someone had to win it. They won it. It's official. End of argument. This right here, if it affects, it affects. Everything is legit. As far as the coaching thing, think about it. When a coach gets ejected from a game for whether he's cursing out a ref or whatever, the assistants have to step up and do the job. Mm-hmm. And that's what we are now. Somebody gets ill. What if he had the flu? We wouldn't be postponing no game for the flu.
Yeah, that's very true. But if he had the flu, Nick Saban probably still have his behind out there, though. You know how Saban is.
Yeah, giving it to more players.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can have it. Hey, Greg, what you think?
Yeah, man, it's the same thing because, one thing that he said is, if a coach gets kicked out of the game don't stop. It still goes on. Here's the thing. I actually think that Alabama has an advantage. The advantage is they know well in advance and they get to prepare. If you get kicked out during the game, there's no preparation for that. Right. You can't prepare for a coach getting kicked out of the game. You just got to take it from where it is and do it on the fly. Right now, he can set up an entire game plan. The game is Saturday? We got it's 2 days away. You can set it up and plan for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that makes perfect sense. He could literally set up the whole plays for the whole game. You go, this is the 15 plays I want you to run the first quarter, 15 second. Yeah, I didn't even think of it that way. That's perfect. I also want to talk about a couple of NFL teams that caught the vibe. You know, I'm going to jump into that. But before I do, let's jump into the Major League Baseball because literally we had a discussion yesterday. We were talking about the Dodgers and the issues and everything else. The Dodgers go out last night and they destroyed. With 11 runs in the first inning, the Dodgers destroyed Atlanta. I was sitting there like, whoa, okay. And then obviously the game wasn't even close after that, you know, because they ended up beating them 15-3. They scored 11 runs in the first inning. And now Atlanta's leading that series 2-1. Still, yeah. Houston now they lost. Houston beat the Rays 4-3, but Tampa Bay is still leading that series 3-1. So my question for you is, who do you guys think is going to have a better chance of coming back? Is it going to be Tampa Bay? I mean, is it going to be Houston beating the Rays, or could we see the Dodgers coming back and beating the Braves? Who do you think would be, you know,
man, after 11 runs in one inning? I think that's a stupid question. When the last time you seen that many bats? 11 runs in the first inning, dude.
I have never seen that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like when you score 11 runs in one inning, you can't tell me you don't clock out. I see everybody was on their phone or social media. Yeah. This over. This is crazy. Bats was swinging. So 11 runs I think I would give them the best chance of coming back in that series.
Fig, I'll throw the question to you and just say this. Atlanta's really not having a good 24 hours right about now, are they? The city of Atlanta in the sports world. Anyway, what's your thought process, Fig?
Yeah, man, who pitched last night? That's what I want to know.
Who what?
Who pitched last night?
With who? For
the Dodgers. It wasn't Clayton, right?
For the Dodgers, no. Clayton Kershaw's pitching tonight. So the Dodgers were doing good. But Atlanta,
that's what I wanted to know because I didn't see it. And that was the piece that I wanted to know. Oh yeah, the Dodgers got the best chance because guess what? They get 11 runs yesterday, and then they get their star pitcher back again tonight. So they got the best opportunity to win again. So yeah, I see the Dodgers tying this up, and the fact that everybody's job was on the line. That's why they hit 11. That's why they scored 11 runs because they favored to win the whole thing. And they down 2-0. Oh yeah, they better play, or somebody gonna get fired.
I'm trying to tell you,
you act different. Like the talent said yesterday, you act different when your job's on. What you mean we not gonna get paid? we not gonna get paid? They not gonna pay us? They not gonna pay us? Oh yeah, we gotta do something about that.
I can't say that about that good talent, right? That's true, right? Like everybody act different with their check on the line.
Let me tell you something. That there's no other way to get somebody's attention.
All right, let's talk about football now. Let's talk about football. Woke up this morning, Atlanta Falcons, they had to shut down the facility. And as of this hour, it looks like they're having a conversation about postponing the game. If they postpone the game, they're playing against Minnesota. If they postpone the game, again, it's a ripple effect. It's continuing to happen on and on. I think sooner or later, the NFL has to really consider having an 18th week. But what's your thought process on that, Talent?
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think you got a point there. There's no other way to slice that pie. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, it's going to take that process. That's about right. Exactly. There is no shortening of a process, first of all. You know what I mean? It's going to take those weeks, and I think people just got to hunker down and go through the process. What is it? Trust the process?
Right.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. All right, Fig. Atlanta, they have no coach. They have no GM. Now they're not in their facility. Now they're not. How do they even recoup and get this stuff together to even possibly play their next game?
They could join the Hawks.
Is it an unfair advantage to them, though? I mean, is it unfair to them, though, honestly? Because they have no.
Hey, man, listen. Atlanta wasn't really winning a whole lot when they was fully stacked. You know, when they was fully stocked, they had the coach, the GM. That's why everybody got fired. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? If they was doing so good, people would still have their jobs. They was getting fired. They wasn't doing good. Listen, they probably happy. They like, listen, we weren't gonna win nothing anyway. I'm glad to stay home. I'm tired of going out there getting my behind beat. Ain't nobody playing with us. You know what I mean? They going to listen. the Atlanta front office was going to the local grocery store trying to pick up players. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, man, you look pretty big. You want to play some football? They happy, man. If you was getting your behind kicked, listen, you ever been in a fight and you've been losing and somebody break it up? Ain't you happy? It's the same thing. You losing a fight, you be looking around for somebody to break this up. Yo, somebody called kitchen.
This dude here is hilarious. So tell it, man. Le'Veon Bell is looking at 3 teams. That is the Chiefs, the Dolphins, and the Bills. Guess which team the Jets is playing the next 3 weeks? The Chiefs, the Dolphins, and the Bills.
Oh, that's good. I hope Le'Veon Bell goes to the Bills.
Oh, okay. Not the Chiefs?
No, I like his look on the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's an exciting thing. If Le'Veon Bell goes to the Bills, first of all, that's the worst thing for the Jets.
Yeah.
That's first of all. Hey, I can't hate on that though, because I like him as a player. Again, remember we talked about yesterday, if he goes to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs is a Mahomes team, a throw-in receiver team, mm-hmm. and that's predominantly their offense, then you're going to be wasting them. But they like the run in Buffalo.
Yeah, they do.
They like the run in Buffalo, man. Yeah. Miami, you would be taking a step back to go forward. But the Bills, they like the run in Buffalo, and I think they'll use him to the max.
Fig, I will throw this out there to you too. I personally think that he's going to go to Buffalo because he's not moving too far from his home. The home he got set up shop with. You know what I mean? Because it's still in the state of New York. So I think he's going to probably lean towards Buffalo. But anyway, what you think about the Chiefs, Dolphins, or the Bills for Le'Veon Bell's landing spot?
Well, I think the Dolphins is completely out because I think he got a better chance to win. I mean, listen, he got a better chance to win with the other 2 teams. I would think that since he came from, and this is from him, he doesn't like the way the organization was being run. Mm-hmm. I think he probably want to go to the best organization, and I don't think the Dolphins is that much of a step up from the way that the Jets organization is run. So Buffalo being in a cold climate, mm-hmm. they're more, suited to run the ball. But I think if he's looking to win, I think his best chance of winning would be, with Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the thing is that I know that Patrick Mahomes and them, they're a passing team, but maybe they'd like to give him a little break. Maybe they try, maybe they don't want to wear him out throwing the ball, 500 times every game.
Hey, Fig, maybe he looked at the Jets schedule.
I think he did. I honestly think he did. I think he said, I think I want to play him right now. Yeah.
I think he looked at the Jets schedule and said, who's the next 3 teams? They're gonna know. They're gonna learn today.
Yeah. I think so. Honestly,
he saw the Jets' next 3 opponents and went right to social media. He said, I'm getting myself fired. I'm out of here. Get me out of here.
So anyway, continue on with the conversation. There's a big game this weekend between the Browns and the Steelers. And if y'all remember the game, y'all remember the game last year with the end of the game with Myles Garrett, he's swinging,
swing the helmet.
Now, last year, I was saying that boy was lucky he didn't get charged with assault for, during the game for throwing that helmet like that, But anyway, it seems like the talk is the Steelers circled that on the calendar. The Browns have circled that in the calendar. Should we expect an all-out drop-dead fight and expect a little bit more dirty play, or are these boys gonna ball out? What kind of game do you expect to see, Talent? I mean, what do you think? Or should I ask Fig because you choose? Ask Fig.
Yo, man, listen. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna fight. You know what I mean? Look, it don't seem like the Steelers don't seem like to be that type of organization. You know what I mean? They seem to be run well. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they seem to be well disciplined. They don't really do stuff like that on a consistent basis. That's not their MO. And it seems like Cleveland, has matured a little bit. You know, they had a lot of young stuff going on that squad and stuff like that. It seemed like you know, Baker may have matured a little bit, got married, you know, settled down a little bit, you know, and winning. Winning cures a lot of problems. You know what I mean? They started to win a little bit, so I don't think they want to mess that up for the fight. To me, I like the Steelers to win, but it's sort of like a toss-up, man, because you know Cleveland's been doing well and they have a lot of weapons, man. So I'm not really sure. It's like a toss-up. I think the spread is like 1 point on that game.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Yeah, I'm going with the Browns too.
I'm gonna go with the Browns. I'm gonna go with momentum. I always like to put the money on momentum in football season. So I'm gonna go with the Browns, and I think the opposite of Fig. I think it's gonna be a dogfight. I think like people are gonna be in there beefing and fighting because you gotta realize these are two blue collar teams.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing when we see the pretty teams play, but when we see the two gritty blue collar teams play, and right now somebody's trying to make a statement. Pittsburgh's kind of coasting while the Browns are trying to make a statement.
I have to agree with that. That might be.
You know what? And if Ben goes to Fat Burger before the game, it's a wrap. They ain't not gonna win. Fat Ben, Fat Burger, yeah. If they go to Fat, yeah, like that. They go. They ain't gonna win.
All right, let me throw this out there too. A friend of mine from my frat brother from Atlanta reached out to me last night. We had this conversation. He was telling me that the word is in the streets of Atlanta. I can't wait to get Stack on him so he could confirm or deny it, especially if he's in Atlanta. Is that they have tried to seriously try to go after Dak because they don't think, you know, that Dak is going to stay in Dallas. They really think that Dak is going to get healed and everything else. He's going to have a contract. You know, he's going to leave, and then that, you know, Arthur Blank is going to throw all kind of money at him because they're going to get rid of Matt Ryan and they're going to try their best to get Dak Prescott. Now, I'm going to ask you, Town, do you see Dak Prescott landing in Atlanta would now be a new coach, a new system?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No. I think it's Dak Prescott is he's pretty much going to be in the same predicament we're talking about with Le'Veon Bell. If he leaves Dallas, he's going to be looking to jump on a contender. You know, he's not. I don't see these guys that put all this work in over the last years to get their name on a certain echelon and level to go help rebuild or restart winning. They're going to be looking to continue going to something either at the same thing or better than what they were, especially quarterback.
But let me just say this to you before I throw it actually to you, Talon. They have all the pieces. Atlanta has the pieces. They got some great defensive players. They got an okay offensive line. They got a great. They got a couple. You know, they got a great wide receiver.
Yeah, we keep saying that, but they're getting the floor's getting mopped with them.
Yeah, but I think that's again coaching. I think it's all going out of coaching.
You think so?
I think a lot of it has to be coaching. The coaching.
I mean, just losing, I give you that, but getting mopped. Yeah. What would you say yesterday for Molly Watt?
Molly Watt.
Yeah. So, Fig, what you think, man? You think Dak could go down there if they get the right coach? Because, like I said, they already have the offensive line. The offensive line is that bad. They got a great wide receiver. They've got a couple of great players on defense. Like these guys, they got all the elements. They just don't have a coach. And we all know their QB's not, you know. So if that comes in there,
you know, here's the thing: when you got a QB with two first names, it's kind of hard to win. You know what I mean? You got two first names. You don't know where to go. Yo, what's your name? Matt Ryan. Is it Matt or is it Ryan? I don't know. I'm not sure what to call you. You know what I mean? It's confusing to the whole team. And the fact that they don't have a coach. I mean, look, give Jeff Van Gundy a shot. I mean, you know what I mean? He can't be no worse than the coach they got. I like call one of Van Gundy brothers. You know, give one of them a shot. But no, listen. If Dak goes down there, they're gonna pay him. I think what Arthur Blank will do if he wants to get Dak is use his last name to get him. Blank. Just sign it and give Dak a blank check. And Dak might show up in Atlanta because if nothing else going to get him, they got them sweet Lou wings down there in Magic City. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, Dak can show up for some of them wings. Dak, you want some wings? We got wings for you.
I tell you one thing, Atlanta got a lot of pull. You know what I mean? Atlanta got a lot of pull. But anyway, I want to talk about the NBA before we come back to the NFL and get our picks in because the news broke that Daryl Morey, like I said, he's stepping down as a GM. I want to ask you guys this: do you think ownership forced them out before they get ready to hire their new coach? Talent, because the way I look at it right now, they're looking at a new coach coming in, they're interviewing right now, and they're circling Ty Lue. Ty Lue's in the lead to land the job, and then I think Ty Lue wants to be in position. What's your thought, Talent?
Well, I don't know about the Ty Lue thing, but I do think they forced him out. I think ownership, did what they had to do to set the stage for the next era, so to speak, or the next, investment or where we're going to coaching wise and administration wise. So yeah, no doubt about it in my mind. That's a force out.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's writings on the wall. Fig, what you think?
I think that Mike D'Antoni got Daryl Morey fired when he told him we could go small ball, and they traded Clint Capella. I think the writing was on the wall right then and there. You got rid of Clint Capella. This kid, he was balling out of his mind. This kid played defense. He could take you off the dribble. He was getting lobs. I mean, he was doing everything. He was the anchor to the damn team. And you get rid of Clint Capella, there's your writing on the wall, Daryl. See you later, Daryl. You pull that dumb move. That was the dumbest thing that you ever could do, was to get rid of Clint Capella. And then you see all the new guys around there running around trying to guard Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee. How did that work out?
Right.
You get tired of shooting 3-pointers for 7 games in a row. They ain't even get to 7, but you get tired. I mean, every year Harden gets tired. Every year. It's not about he's in shape. It's that he's getting too much usage. You wearing the kid out. He needs some help. You need to get him some help. He's an all-star player. You need to get him some help. And the front office made bad moves. Yeah, they fired him, and they let it be nice so he could get out and say, yeah, he stepped down. No, he got kicked out. That's what happened when a guy cheated on his girlfriend. He said, yo, we weren't getting along, so I left. Nah, B, she put you out. That's why all your stuff is in the snow.
In the snow. All right, listen to this.
That sounded too personal.
You leave my shopping bags alone, Talent. Let me tell you something about shopping bags. They're not so good when the bottom gets wet.
All right, stay with the NBA, right? There's something I saw last night. Again, I'm doing my homework research and everything else. Check this out. It seems that this year there are more NBA players who are free agents are talking amongst themselves. The leading rumors on the boards right now is that Fred VanVleet and Brandon Ingram are talking about going to a team together. And I don't know if they're going to try to decide which team to go to or which team not to go to, where they can land, and who has the money. I mean, all these things, obviously, they have some kind of, they have weight into it, because you got to go to a team that has the money that can get both Van Fleet and Brandon Ingram. There's not too many things that can do. But I will throw this out there, and I'm gonna just throw this out there and see what you think, Karen. I think Miami could be the destination. I think Miami could find the money because it's Pat Riley. No matter what happens, I think Miami is going to make a push to get my man some help down there. Karen, what do you think?
I mean, that's a good thought, but they got to be careful, because remember the last time players did this, the league stepped in and squashed all that and made it a big deal. That was Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and it was a third person, and the league stepped in and said,
yeah, but Pat Riley is a good friend with the league and the league officers. They want Miami. We all know this. They want Miami to go further.
I don't know, but I will say this: it feels like Silver's different. It does feel like he's different, and he's more of a players commissioner than Stern was. Stern was more of an owner's commissioner. And Silver seems like a players commissioner, so this may work. This may work for him. He may not penalize like the league did years ago. He may not care. Like, he may say, "Hey, y'all could talk to each other. The deal still got to be cut."
Yeah.
So in Miami, that's a great thought to go to Miami, because we know Pat Riley. Pat Riley ain't playing fair.
Yeah. Listen, he's going to get somebody. He's going to get somebody or somebody. He's going to get one or two players that's going to come down there with Jimmy Butler. That's a fact. He's going to make the money. Now, who are the two players going to be? That's why I want to throw this question to you, Fig. Can you see Van Fleet and Brandon Ingram going down? Because that would be basically that would be it if they were even able to find the money and move. Because if they did come down here, they're gonna lose Dragon.
Dragon.
Fig and Van Vliet got the same hair. I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm trying to think whether these guys would follow a Jimmy Butler, and I see that they possibly would. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because those guys play hard. You know, Brandon Ingram, he's coming into, you know, his prime. You know what I mean? Last year he showed a lot. Van Vliet is a proven winner. I think that those two guys would be a nice addition to a team like Miami. And you got to remember, Miami's in the East, and they're gonna. A lot of teams are probably loading up because they're gonna have to contend with Brooklyn. If KD is 80% of itself and Kyrie is 80% of itself, with the way that the team was already, you know, constructed, they're gonna be a tough out. B. That's gonna be Brooklyn is gonna be tough. I mean, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm speaking from, you know, from the way I actually feel, man. I would love to see those two go to New York. To tell you the truth, I mean, that would be my hope. That a caliber player like Brent. I mean, New York has never really. It's been a long time since we had a nice point guard, like a real solid point guard to make the team go. Van Vliet would be nice, but I could see him going to Miami, and with the addition of the guys that they already have, I see that working out well for them. Because, I mean, I don't know how. I mean, at 35, I don't know how much longer, you know, Dragic is going to play. If they keep him and Dragic comes off the bench,
they're not going to keep him. That's. I don't know if they made that clear. But they're definitely not going to keep him because they want to add a higher caliber player than just him, especially a player who can shoot. You know what I mean?
He was the highest scorer in the team, though.
Right. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying they want. If you had Dragic or you had Fred VanVleet, I think you would take Fred VanVleet. I'm not
because he's younger. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think he would take. Yeah, and he might not necessarily be the better shooter, but he's definitely a better commander on the floor. You know what I mean? He definitely sees the court better. He's definitely just an overall better player, but not a better shooter. But I want to ask you this, Talent. Is Miami like the destination that you think that the NBA free agents are now going to want to go to because of how their run was this year? You think NBA is talking to saying, you know what, Miami's not looking so bad. What do you think?
Oh yeah. I mean, isn't that the case every year? Yeah. Every year the case is we watch those last, I say like top 5-6 teams, and everybody who's anybody in the free agent starts shopping there first. Can I go there? You know, these guys, oh my God, I didn't know they were going to be that good. That's the Denver. That's the Miami. You know what I mean? That's the look at Utah in the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. Nobody was talking Utah, and then all of a sudden,
right?
Oh, we can go over Utah, put something together because they watched the year before. So absolutely, you know, Miami is at the top of the list. Everybody can't go to the Lakers.
Right.
So they sitting back like, yo, Miami. So absolutely.
I think they all are talking to themselves too. I think they all sitting there discussing. Unlike it that's normally happened, I think the players are on the phone, working the phones themselves more like any other time. Most of the time, ever since NBA's been founded, the players will sit back and let the GMs call them. I think now, because of what LeBron did and the team putting together and everything else, I think the league has changed now where players are becoming their own GMs and they're calling each other saying, hey, I want to ball over here. You want to ball with me over here. And let's see what we can do at XYZ team. So I say that to say the same thing you, Fig. Do you think Miami's become like the hottest destination? You know what I mean? Besides, forget about the Lakers, forget about the Golden State Warriors, because they, like Fig Talent said, they can only go to so many teams. You know what I mean? Right. What's the next team that is going to be the hottest destination? I think it's Miami Heat.
It's strange that you would use hot and heat in the same conversation when talking about Miami. You know what I mean, Frank? That's genius. I mean, I see where you're coming from with that, man. That's off the charts right there. The hottest destination, the Miami Heat. Yeah. You know, they got they got to share. I think they got their share of strip clubs down there too. You know what I mean? South Beach ain't a bad place to land if if you're gonna land someplace, boy, landing on the beach, a nice soft place in Miami. And one thing that I think that Miami does need, aside from a player like a Brandon Ingram and a Fred VanVleet, is
Oh, he went out. I can't hear you. Hold on. Say that again.
You okay?
Can you hear me now?
So I said what happened?
Somebody called, man. They need to get themselves a big man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because they really showed themselves like, you know, that was their weak spot. You know what I mean? They were really weak in that area. So if they could get a big man, I think Miami would be able to come. I mean, you know, Adebayo wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They need a bona fide big man. If to do nothing but take up space. He ain't got to score and all that stuff like that, but just you're just serviceable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, let me throw this question out there to you, Talent. After, let's just say it's January, February, right? And all the player movement has happened, everything else, and you're Giannis, and you're sitting there and you're looking at all this stuff, and you see, ooh, this team got, and let's be honest, his trek to get to the finals is about to get a whole lot harder once Miami stacks up and when Brooklyn does their thing. Do you think all those movements happening is going to make Giannis make a decision to eventually leave Milwaukee? Or do you think he's going to sit there and stick it?
Well, Frank, he got options. You know what I mean? So I think it don't necessarily have to be that one option of me leaving to go with a Golden State. It could be you get some pieces too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because we just talked about a slew of free agents trying to find a home.
Right.
So that could be a home for some people. You move some pieces around. There's some people over there wasting space in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's true. Because Eric Gordon, he did not play the potential that everybody was expecting. I'm like, this dude here, like, what is he doing? But that's a whole other conversation. Faye, what you think?
I think that the GM over there should be fired too because he let go of Brogdon.
Mm-hmm.
That was the player to keep. You know what I mean? Better shooter, better player all around. You got rid of Brogdon, and man, it's just ridiculous. I don't know. Milwaukee doesn't seem like a strong place that people want to go to. You know what I mean? It just I mean, you know, they do good in the regular season, but the last 2 or 3 seasons they fizzled out in the playoffs, and they've been exposed. You know what I mean? Because although Giannis is box office, he's very limited skill wise.
Right.
So you know who's going. You need the right pieces over there. You got the big Lopez brothers. They hardly use them. You know what I mean? To dominate the paint or to clog the paint on the other side. So I mean, you got a 7-footer who's a serviceable 3-point shooter, but God, man, why not use him to do something else? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't understand. I just don't understand the way they ran that whole team, and it just doesn't seem like a sweet landing spot for me. Giannis might leave for greener pastures, man.
I think he might leave for greener pastures, and I don't think he's going to go to Golden State the way everybody sees it. Everybody's picking. I honestly, you know, after I heard, I forgot who said it, but after I heard whoever say it, you know, him landing in Miami. Let's just say certain pieces land in Miami. They got one extra piece, and they get Giannis. I could see him going to Miami. I could see.
You got a lot of people in Miami. You got
hold on.
You got VanVleet. You got Giannis. Who you gonna sit down? Who else you sending to Miami, Frank?
I ain't saying nobody, man. I said if Brandon Ingram and Fred VanVleet, if they talk and they go to Miami, I could see that. I could see that happening. If that doesn't happen, I could see Giannis going there too. Because again, like I brought up the question, it is now a hot spot for what those boys did. It is now going to be the #1 premier hot spot in the league for these players to want to go to. And I can't name 2 players who went down and sat down in a meeting with Pat Riley and said, nah, I ain't going to play for Miami. I can't name 2 players. You know what I mean? LeBron's the only player I know who went there. He played with them. And then when he was trying to re-up, he's the only player I know said, no, I'm good. I want to leave and go back to where I was at. And once you go there, and if they can afford you, most players stay. You know what I mean? And unless if the only time you're leaving Miami is if Pat Riley doesn't want you anymore. Look at Shaq. Pat Riley didn't want him no more. Like, you got to go. You ain't, especially when it comes to, we all heard about their weight test. You know what I mean? How many times have we heard their infamous weight test? When you walk in, your body fat's too much. You got to go. A lot of players ain't sticking with that. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. So
Brandon Ingram won't have that problem for sure.
Yeah, that's why I'm sticking with the younger guys who want to win. So I guess I've thrown it out there to you guys. Like, I mean, I could see it as the number one, destination for players going there. And I don't know. You guys haven't said anything that you disagree with me either. But anyway, I got to bring in Stack, because Stack with the facts. It's about that time. We got to move this stuff on. So, did we get anything right or wrong? Where we at?
Y'all did good today. Dang it, I left my notes over there. I did have some. Oh, you was talking. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Only live while we going on the air. Oh, hold on.
Hold on 1 second.
Only live while we going.
Hold on 1 second. All right.
What's the live feed?
Yeah.
Dak. That's what I want to talk about. So it's split in Atlanta right now. The black population feels this way, that Atlanta Falcons will be cursed until they make right by how they did Michael Vick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of Falcons fans feel like the whole Dak coming to Atlanta would be like some type of comeuppance, for the way they did Vick.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, Dak is a new school dual threat quarterback that Atlanta is lacking right now. And I think that even having a dual threat quarterback is going to burn more clock for them, because old boy Matt Ryan, he relies on his arm, and even though they have a good running game, they don't use it enough. So I think it's going to even be easier to coach. So even me seeing them move the GM and move the coach, it shows that they're trying to change the culture. I would not be surprised to see Dak come in. I
wouldn't be surprised if Dak come in there either. Again, but it all depends on who the coach is. And if Dak knows who the coach is going to be, and he's willing to work with him, and he can play that style of ball, I can see him coming there. But again, Atlanta ain't the biggest, the top league that people want to play. But Arthur Blank has been known to write a big check. Like
it's actually a nice place to play. The Falcons fans are really good. Yeah. They're loyal. Their stadium is state of the art. The owner is cool as hell. And now that they're changing out the GM and the coach, I think it could be a really good situation. The offense is loaded. The defense is, they got the talent. They got the talent. It's just, for whatever reason, the coaching hasn't been able to put it together.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, well, since talent had to go, let's jump in and get our picks out the way, because we got to go through the picks. Before we even get our picks out the way, Fig, you got the listing of where we was at last week and how to pick?
Yeah, man, I got the list right here. Unlike Stacks on live TV, got to go get his paperwork. Last week, we got Rodney Perry with 10 wins, 4 losses. We got the 1 postponed game. We got you, Frank. You got 8 wins, 6 losses, 1 postponement. Talent had 8 wins, 6 losses, 1 postponed. Myself, I had 10 wins, 4 losses. And Stacks, 10 wins, 4 losses. And, of course, the 1 postponed. So, me, Stacks, and Rodney P got 10. You and Talent had 8 wins last week.
Did you do the overall total of where we at completely overall?
No, I didn't know you needed.
There's no Stacks overall winner right now. I mean,
we need to next week do the overall where we at overall.
Okay.
I don't even think I had a week under 10. That's all I'm saying.
No, Stacks, you're doing pretty well. I don't know who's at. There's a lot of guys at the top, man. Usually is the average is about 10 wins.
But let me just say this. Let me say this for the record. The last couple of weeks have been a crazy couple of weeks with some of these teams that you wouldn't even
be quirky. Yeah,
absolutely. Everybody took an L on the Titans. Buffalo.
Oh yeah.
Everybody picked Buffalo.
Everybody also took an L on Kansas City over Oakland.
I didn't.
Oh, no doubt.
I didn't.
No. Rodney took the Raiders.
I took the Raiders too.
Stacks did too, right? Stacks and Rodney took the Raiders, so they got a win on that.
Ooh, boy, I'm gonna have to put my money on Stack when he's betting.
Hey, I have people tell me that I'm not even a betting man, but most people tell me that when it comes to sports, they go with me on the picks.
Yeah, Stacks been doing well the last 3 weeks, and the only thing I don't know about Stacks is whether he can pick the points.
I haven't messed with it. I haven't messed with it yet.
But I don't know you can pick the wins and losses with the points. That's different.
Yeah, we gonna get there. I have
Yeah,
one
we'll
person.
get there.
She relies on me for the points, so I'm gonna see how she did last week. She hit me up about some point spread, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to go to that. Okay, so anyway, let's jump into the picks this week, right? Let's get it started for the record, and then Fig, you're gonna have to ask the fellows who had to leave who their picks are, so we get the total. You know, the week total.
From Talon and Rodney on their picks.
Right.
Or you just want to do it tomorrow? Because there ain't no game tonight. We could do it tomorrow.
No, I have a couple other plan ideas I have tomorrow, and I'm hope we get.
Well, we gotta do the top dogs tomorrow. Don't whatever you plan. Don't forget the top dogs.
Gotta do the top dogs.
Okay.
Make sure Stack's one of the top dogs because my.
No, that we always do the picks on Thursday, so I'm not gonna change.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna keep it consistent. So let's do the picks, and then we'll figure out who the other guys pick later. Anyway, so Denver's playing New England, right? On the record, we know Denver's playing New England. We know the game was moved, and it got moved this week. Cam Newton's playing. Last week, if Cam Newton wasn't gonna play, I was kind of a little shaky on that one. But Cam Newton's playing this week, so I got the Patriots coming in this week. Fig, who you got?
I know you and Stacks got the Patriots, but I got the Patriots because Denver is not looking that well, and Cam Newton still got something to prove, and I think he's forming up to be his MVP self. I got Patriots and Cam.
I will go on the record right now and say the Patriots are going to shock a lot of people with Cam Newton this year. I'm going to go on the record.
Gilmore's back too now. Gilmore is back today.
Yeah. So Houston is playing Tennessee. I'm not sure how that's going to be because Tennessee just played. So maybe that game might be postponed. Maybe it might be moved.
Are they playing Sunday?
It says right here on the thing they're supposed to play Sunday, October 18th. That game may have got flexed out because of Tennessee just played. Didn't they play? Was it Tuesday?
Yeah.
Maybe the league might still go forward with them playing and make it a super short week for them. But let's just pick the picks just in case they play. Okay. So I got Tennessee, and I don't think anybody's gonna pick Houston.
I got Tennessee.
I'm not picking against Tennessee unless somebody dies.
Too much turmoil in Houston too.
Right. We also talking about the Browns in Pittsburgh. I'm taking the Browns. You know what I mean? Fig, who you taking?
Believe it or not, I like that momentum. I like the Browns, and plus, it's a 1-point spread on that.
I wouldn't be surprised who wins. I think it's a toss-up, a complete utter toss-up. But I'm taking the Browns. Stack, who you taking?
Division game.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the Steelers.
Okay. The Ravens are playing the Eagles. I'm definitely taking the Ravens over this one. Stack, who you got?
Ravens.
Okay.
Ravens.
Okay. The Washington football team is playing the New York Giants. It's two horrible teams. I think the Giants are going to pull this one out because they switched back up against at quarterback again. It was announced this morning.
Who's the QB now?
Who's the quarterback?
The quarterback who was hurt before they brought in Alex Smith. He's coming back.
Daniel Jones.
No, I'm talking about for Washington football.
We're talking about Washington. Oh, okay.
Oh, you're talking about Washington.
Alex Smith.
Haskins.
Alex Smith he got pulled. No, not Haskins. Haskins.
They pulled. So Haskins is back. You saying?
No. The second quarterback in line.
Oh no, I'm going with the Giants now.
Yeah, I'm going with the Giants myself. Who you going with, Stack?
Yeah, I'll take the Giants, man.
If we lose, we lose.
That was a lot of years ago, man. Let it go.
I just wish I knew more. I just wish I knew more right now about the Washington football team because I got a feeling, but I'm gonna just go with the Giants.
I'll be honest with you. If Alex Smith plays, I got a feeling
that's my feeling. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, if he plays, but right now he's not going to play. They're not. Alex Smith is the third string quarterback off the bench for that right now. So they're not. He's not playing.
What's their second string? Is it Kyle something?
Yeah, whatever his name is. He is the guy who's playing. And their first string quarterback Haskins, he's bench, so he's not playing. So
I'm gonna give the Giants a chance. They're coming off a loss.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the Giants a chance myself. But anyway, we got the Atlanta Falcons against Minnesota Vikings. I got Minnesota. Atlanta ain't got a coach. They ain't got a GM. They're about to not have a QB.
I told you Atlanta need to join the Hawks, and they need to hire Jeff Van Gundy.
I got Minnesota, but Minnesota.
I'm going with the Vikings, baby.
I got the Vikings. Stack, come on, man. Who you got?
It's tough, man.
That is not tough. That's not tough. Come on, Stack. We ain't.
Listen, ain't nobody in Magic City playing.
I'm taking the Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons, man.
Okay, that's gonna be your L.
They're due for a win.
Yeah, but not against the Vikings. The Vikings are balling. Not against them.
I got a feeling.
Yeah, I got a feeling too, but it ain't this week.
This week. I got a feeling.
I ain't got a feeling too, but it ain't this week. The Lions are playing Jacksonville. That's a toss-up for me. I'm gonna go with Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville's gonna take out Detroit. But you never, especially since Detroit is playing in Jacksonville, you just never know. But I'm gonna give it to Jacksonville because, Stack, who you got?
Detroit.
Okay.
Matt Stafford.
Who you got?
Lions. Detroit Lions.
Yeah. Detroit, I would normally pick, but they're on a roll, so I'm gonna go with Jacksonville. Cincinnati Bengals are playing Indiana, the Colts. I think the Colts are going to lose this one to the Bengals. I don't think if the Bengals are getting ready to get in a roll and Joe Burrow, Burrow balling. I'm going with Cincinnati against this one. Figure. I take it that you got who?
No, man. Every time, man. No.
No what? What are you saying? No what?
I'm going with the Colts. Damn Cincinnati. They lost me money last week. No, I'm not going with Cincinnati.
Hey, man, gotta have
they didn't even score last week. Hardly. Where'd they go? They scored 3 points last week.
Who'd they play?
I don't even remember. Who Cincy play?
Don't worry about who they play. Come on, we gotta move on with this. Come on.
They lost. That's what I know.
Yeah,
right,
who you got?
I'm taking Cincy.
I got Cincy. The Bears are playing the Carolina Panthers. That could be a pretty good game this week because the Bears are on a roll. The Carolina Panthers are now on a roll. They're on a 3-game winning streak. You know who I think I'm gonna take the Panthers, man. I think I'm gonna go out and take the Panthers. I think I'm I think I'm gonna take the Bears because the Bears they almost crushed Tom Brady. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bears. Put me on the stamp with the Bears. Fake, who you got? I'm putting me on the record for the Bears because that
in honor of Rodney Perry, I'm going with Chicago.
The Bears.
Yeah, I know you was fair. The Jets are playing the Dolphins. I'm going for the record. I'm going for the Jets. I'm kidding. I'm going for the Dolphins. I got the Dolphins. Is anybody here got the Jets?
Yeah. Going with Miami Heat.
Miami.
Green Bay is playing Tampa Bay. The game of the weekend. I can't wait to see this game.
Man,
I'm going with you, Stack. Who you got?
Green Bay.
Who you got, Faye?
Green Bay.
You know what? I got Green Bay too. Like, I don't see Tom Brady and them doing it because their coaching is not up to par. I'm sorry.
They're not in sync right now. Green Bay's clicking.
Yeah, and they looking like a Super Bowl caliber team for sure.
They're clicking.
Yeah. LA is going against San Francisco. So, for the record, San Francisco is going the opposite way. LA seems to be like they're going the opposite way too. But LA could pull something out. So, Fig, I'm gonna throw it out there with you. You got LA or you got San Fran? And they're supposed to be playing in San Francisco.
I'm going with LA. Is Jimmy Garoppolo and the rest of the team coming back?
Jimmy Garoppolo is benched. Until otherwise noted, he's not starting. So
no, man.
Who's QB?
I'm not picking them until Jimmy Garoppolo catches up on all his adult film watching.
He ain't gonna live that joke down. Stack, who you got?
I'll give it to LA for your boy Herbert.
Listen, we all know I'm a Justin Herbert fan. That dude.
I'm scared with that San Francisco defense. I'm scared if they can.
Yeah, defense is decimated. They got too many injuries. It's not. There's not going to be nowhere near like that. And Justin Herbert should be 5-0. The chart right now, those boys should be.
All right.
I'm going with that.
All right.
So the Bills are playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. Is this going to be the upset of the week? You guys think? Anybody?
Kansas City going to right the ship. They already got their humble pie. Now they're going to get back to winning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Faye, what you think?
God, man. I'm gonna go with Patrick Mahomes, man. But it's scary because their defense is not that good.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bills, where they playing?
They're playing in Buffalo.
Ooh.
It ain't that hard.
Oh man,
Mahomes is due to show out. All right,
I'm going with Buffalo.
I'm going with Kansas City, but I really want Kansas City. This is one of the games I want both of them to lose because for Patriots reasons. You know what I mean?
I need the Chiefs to win that.
The Chiefs need to win that for it because we're in division rival. You know what I mean? And if the Patriots win, now we're tied for first place. But I'm also looking at the AFC, see who's going to be number one. Towards the end of the season. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
I'm switching my pick. I'm going with KC.
Okay.
My homeboy.
Okay.
Is anybody we recording these? You recording the picks?
Yeah. I get them off the thing all the time. I'm recording it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got it. The last game is the Arizona Cardinals are playing at Dallas against the Dallas Cowboys. I think since Dallas is now seen to be, that's a good win. But I'm gonna go with Arizona Cardinals. I'm gonna go with Arizona. I'm gonna go with Arizona. I think I'm gonna go with Arizona. Faye, who you going with?
Dallas.
Okay. Stack is this is a toss up, huh? Stack is thinking
Because I think Andy Dalton can get it done.
Yeah, he could. He really could. But the
game is in Dallas.
Yeah, they're playing in Dallas. But the QB for Arizona is like a little mighty.
Yeah.
That dude is
the reigning offensive rookie player of the year. I'm gonna bet against them, man. They're gonna win this one for Dak.
Kyler Murray is what you're talking about.
Mighty Mouse. Kyler Murray's gonna do it.
Kyler Murray, yeah.
Yep, Kyler Murray.
Okay. I'm going with Kyler Murray. I think they're gonna do it.
They're gonna win it for Dak. I'm gonna pick Dallas. I normally don't.
I think they were gonna try to lose it for Dak because they want to show their team management ownership that we need Dak and you need to pay him. The more games they win, hear me out. The more games they win, that's the more that the ownership can sit there and literally say, well, we don't really need to pay Dak all this kind of money because we got Andy Dalton. I think
any fool knows that Andy Dalton is not the future of your franchise. If Jerry Jones don't know that by now, he needs to hand the team over to somebody else. I'm
willing to bet right now that if Dallas wins with him, if they're going to have and continue to win Andy Dalton, they're going to have a hard way to go, and that's going to be the door that opens it up for Dak to leave the Cowboys. But if they lose,
anyway.
You know what? I'm not gonna bet against my boy Kyler Murray. I'm sorry. Can put me down for Arizona, please? Y'all, no, for real. Because I just don't feel it. Don't sit right in my heart to bet Andy Dalton over Kyler. Yeah. I'm Arizona.
I'm telling you guys think I'm kidding with this. I'm telling you, those boys they want to win. They want to do all this and everything else, but they also sitting there talking about. But we want him to come back.
I don't think that's the reason. I don't think that's why Arizona's going to win, Frank. But I'm just saying.
That's not the reason either. Arizona's going to outplay them. But I'm just saying they're going to outplay them. I'm just saying, do you think camaraderie around the whole team right now is sitting there, we got to win and continue to win for Dak, continue to win for Dak? I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it.
That makes sense to me.
I mean, honestly, I just personally think that, Dak is in a really different position and then he sets the precedent for the rest of the league because everybody's looking at what check he's going to get. And we all know he's going to get franchised next year for $37 million.
All right, Frank. All right. You talked me into it.
What?
I'll go with Cardinals. God.
Yeah, we just give you Frank handing out assists this week. He's on his LeBron tip right now. He handing out assists.
Oh, that was below the belt.
Listen, LeBron is he's dope with the assists, man, because
court vision.
Yeah, man. He puts the passes on point.
So thank you for giving me that. So I should take it as a compliment, and I'm giving you all the dope assists.
You the GOAT, Frank.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop messing with y'all. You the GOAT, Frank.
Here we go with this.
You the man, Frank. You the man. You the man. You
on the Mount Rushmore, Frank.
You the man, Frank.
It's about that time.
You definitely Bruce.
Okay, so the news just dropped. Stephon Gilmore was seen on the field for the Patriots practice Thursday. He looked like he's playing with the Patriots on Sunday. So with that being said, we got to get ready to roll up because it's time. The time is there. I got to thank Talent for joining the show. I don't know what happened to Rodney Perry, but we got to thank Rodney Perry for also being in the show. Fig, how can you tell everybody out there where they can follow you?
Follow your boy Fig on all social media platforms at Comedian Fig. It's right there. You can see it. It's right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. That's where it is. It's right there. Comedian Fig, all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Comedian Fig. Ow.
So, Stack, how can everybody out there, if you want to follow this other funny guy, how can I tell you how they follow you? Funny guy.
You can catch me at Mount Rushmore with Frank and Fig looking up at LeBron James statue. All right. It's at Stackinova on Instagram or Twitter if you can't make it.
They ain't made a statue that big yet.
It's coming. I know.
That's
larger than life. It's larger than life.
Yeah, that's small.
Larger than life.
I'm with Fig. It's that big right now. That big.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's have this conversation when he's done, when he retires. Then it
When
makes
he's
more
done.
sense.
Yeah, you're right. He can't find ghosts, right? You can't find
Right now he's still playing. Anyway, I'm Frank Holder. That's Fig. That's Stack. You're watching a show called The Box Seats. We are on the Humor Mill channel. We are on every day from Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell your friends to tell a friend to download the app, to call your cable service provider, all that. We'll see y'all tomorrow, and hopefully we can lock in a guest that I've been trying to get for the last couple of days, because then I'll tell y'all all about that too. But anyway, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
2 fingers, y'all.